Hi everyone, Miss Griffin here, and I am ready to review with you constant rate and unit rate. Let's take a look at our vocabulary. So first we're going to look at unit rate. And unit rate is a rate in which the comparison is 1 unit. For example, if I have 20 pounds of dog food that take up 4 bags, I want to find how many pounds of dog food are in one bag. That unit is going to be 1. So here, to find my unit rate, I can divide 20 divided by 4, and that gives me 5 pounds of dog food per one bag. My constant rate is the unit rate for all the quantities when they are the same. So looking at this table, I should be able to divide any pair of quantities and get the same result. So here I have 1 bag of dog food is 5 pounds, 2 bags of dog food is 10 pounds, and 3 bags of dog food are 15 pounds. Well, the unit rate for these two values, if I divide 10 divided by 2, it gives me 5 pounds per bag. Similarly, if I do 15 divided by 3, I also get 5 pounds per bag. So it's going to demonstrate a constant rate. Let's match the unit rate to the corresponding graph. So each of these graphs are going to show their own unit rate. It could either be $12 per hour, $8 per hour, or $10 per hour. So let's take a look at our first graph to decide our answer. So you can earn $20 in 2 hours, $40 in 4 hours, or $60 in 6 hours. So here, if I divide 20 divided by 2 will give me 10. 40 divided by 4 will give me 10. And 60 divided by 6 will give me 10. So these all have the same unit rate, and I can say that for this table, it's going to demonstrate $10 per hour. Let's look at our next graph. We have $24 in 2 hours, $36 in 3 hours, and $48 in 4 hours. To figure out my unit rate, I'm going to divide. 24 divided by 2 is 12. 36 divided by 3 is 12. And 48 divided by 4 is 12. So they all follow the same pattern, and they all have a unit rate of $12 per hour. There's only one option left, but I want to make sure that it is correct. So I'm going to divide. 32 divided by 4 will give me 8. 40 divided by 5 will give me 8. And 48 divided by 6 will give me 8. So now I feel confident in my answer. The pattern is all the same. This graph represents a constant rate of $8 per hour. For this example, can you describe the graphs with a constant rate? So let's test it out. Let's divide our larger numbers by our smaller numbers and see if we have a constant rate. So if I do 12 divided by 2, that will give me 6. 15 divided by 3 will give me 5. And 18 divided by 4 we can't do 18 divided by 4. So this one we're going to leave by itself. I can tell that I'm not getting the same number when I divide. I do not see that pattern. So for this graph, we are going to say no. This graph cannot be described by a constant rate. Let's look at the number of days and the number of books. So it says that you can read 12 books in 2 days. So let's find our unit rate. 12 divided by 2 is 6. 18 divided by 3 is 6. And 24 divided by 4 is 6. So here, for my constant rate, I am able to find a pattern. My pattern is that you can read 6 books in 1 day. Now you try. Find the unit rate for each constant relationship. For number 5, we're going to divide our calories by our miles walked. So 15 divided by 5 equals 3. 18 divided by 6 equals 3. 21 divided by 7 equals 3. So I can identify my pattern, and what this tells me is that you can burn 3 calories per mile. Let's take a look at number 6. We have the number of movie tickets and the cost in dollars. Let's divide. 28 divided by 4 is 7. 35 divided by 5 equals 7. And 42 divided by 6 equals 7. So what this tells me is that you will pay $7 per 1 ticket. Now you try. Use unit rate to complete the table. So here, what I notice is what we are multiplying by. And you can write out on the side if you need to do the math. So 75 divided by 5 is 15. 90 divided by 6 is 15. So now I need to figure out 120 divided by 15 will give me what number? So here my answer is 8. 120 divided by 8 will give you 15. To find our last missing box, I know that I have to multiply my 15 because that is my unit rate, that's my pattern. 15 times 9, and that will give me 135. Another way that you could have thought about this problem is if we're counting by 15, then 120 plus 15 should give you 135. Can you describe these graphs with a constant rate? Let's look at number 8. the number of bags compared to the pounds of dog food. So if you have 3 bags, that's 27 pounds, 5 bags, 45 pounds, and 7 bags is 63 pounds. I'm going to divide. 27 divided by 3 is 9. 45 divided by 5 is 9. And 63 divided by 7 is 9. So yes, I do have a constant rate. My unit rate is going to be 9 pounds per bag. Let's look at number 9. We have our apples and the weight in ounces. So right away I see that 20 can't be divided by 3, so I'm going to put an X. I see that 26 can't be divided evenly into 4, and 34 can't be divided evenly by 5. So for this graph, I'm going to say no. This is not a constant rate. I don't see a pattern. They are not divided by the same number. And our last question. Apply what you know. In methane, the ratio is 4 hydrogen to 1 carbon. How many carbon atoms are there when there are 20 hydrogen atoms? So here I can set up a ratio table. I can say that I have my hydrogen and my carbon. When I have 4 hydrogen, I have 1 carbon. So if now I have 20 hydrogen, well, what we are doing is we are multiplying my hydrogen by 5. So to figure out the amount of carbon, I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. So if I have 20 hydrogen, that means I have 5 carbon atoms.